He starts with a ritual he calls priming, a series of steps to reset his mental and physical state. Every morning, Tony spends about 10 minutes doing rhythmic breathing, focusing on gratitude, connecting with positive energy, and visualizing in detail what he wants to create that day. Tony once said, "If you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life." That's not just a catchy phrase. It's a wake-up call because he understands this. If you don't actively create the state you want, life will push you in whatever direction it wants, and most of the time it won't be the one you choose. For Tony Robbins, someone who has coached presidents, top CEOs, and millions of others, a morning mental routine isn't optional. It's foundational. And if someone with a schedule as packed as his still makes time for it, so can you. You deserve those 10 minutes. And the truth is, you need them because the world keeps pulling you toward chaos. News alerts, deadlines, unanswered messages. If you don't take control and set your own state, it will set one for you. And when that happens, fear creeps back in, disguised as stress, anxiety, poor procrastination. You can sit still and let fear take over, or you can stand up, stretch, reset your posture, and begin again. The power pose is your starting point. The priming routine is your launch pad. Then comes you focused, confident, and calm with every step you take. But remember, this only works if you repeat it daily. Just like building muscle, mental strength needs training. Just because you feel confident today doesn't mean it will carry into tomorrow. Confidence must be nurtured. It's not a given. So each morning, give yourself 10 minutes. No phone, no noise, just you, your body, your mind. Stand tall, breathe deep, close your eyes, feel gratitude, pray, visualize. Then open your eyes, ready to act. You might ask, can just a few minutes really change me? The answer is, it's not the minutes that change you. It's the fact that you chose to own them instead of letting them pass meaninglessly. That's what changes you. And remember this, fear never fully disappears, but it no longer controls you. Like a sailor who can't stop the waves but learns to steer the ship, you too can learn to live with fear and still move forward. And when you do that, you don't just overcome fear, you reshape who you are. Stand up, choose the state you want, and start today like a calm warrior. Now try it. Get up, reset your posture, play this again tomorrow morning, repeat, then repeat again, until fear is no longer a wall but a sign that you're headed in the right direction. Number 4. Plan and hold yourself accountable. Every day is a silent battle with emotions, choices, and expectations you carry from the past. But you can't chart a new path if you're still stuck in the wreckage you've yet to clear. Before making any plans, you need to do something that may seem simple but is actually revolutionary. Recover. Emotional recovery is not avoidance. It's not forgetting. It's the process of looking directly at your wounds, calling them by their name, and then consciously letting them go. You can say to yourself each morning, I heal from what I said, from what was said to me. You can't control what others have done or said, but you can control how you allow those things to live in your mind. In the Stoic spirit, this is the practice of apathy, a state of not being swept away by negative emotions, not because you're cold but because you choose peace. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." That quote is a mirror. How many times have you replayed a criticism of failure until it became an invisible chain pulling you down? Stoicism teaches that if you control how you think about an event, you control its power over you. So the first step every morning is healing. So every plan that follows is built on clarity and strength. From recovery you gain insight. Stoicism doesn't glorify avoiding mistakes. On the contrary, it demands that you face failure head-on, not to shame yourself but to learn and improve. A true Stoic never repeats the same mistake twice. Ask yourself, how did I react when I was insulted yesterday? Did I lie to avoid trouble? What am I putting off right now? Write it down. Don't keep it in your head where emotion distorts truth. Review each action like a cleared investigator. No excuses, no hiding. When you're brave enough to learn from yourself, you evolve. A Stoic sees every experience as a lesson, whether it's personal failure or observing someone else. As Epictetus said, difficulties show men what they are, and often the lesson hides in the place you least want to look. From a place of recovery and reflection, it's time to plan and hold yourself accountable. This isn't about scribbling a few bullet points for show. This is a sacred act. When you write down a goal, you move it from the realm of thought into the real world. It's no longer a vague idea. It becomes a tangible commitment with shape, with weight, with meaning. A prime example is Jeff Weiner, former CEO of LinkedIn. Throughout his leadership tenure, Jeff was known for one simple yet powerful habit: buffer time, time to clear the mind. Each morning he would spend a few quiet minutes with his notebook. No emails, no meetings, just reflecting on the previous day, learning from it, and setting his priorities. He called it his mental clarity ritual, a moment to cleanse the mind before diving into the demands of the day. Jeff shared that those 5 quiet minutes each morning made him calmer, more decisive, and less distracted, allowing him to make sharper decisions for a team of thousands. For him, running a billion-dollar company didn't begin with the first email. It began with inner clarity, and planning is just the first step. More important is having a system of accountability, a circle of accountability. Share your goals with a friend, a buddy who checks in with you at the end of the day and asks, "Did you do it?" The simple knowledge that someone else will follow up makes you take your commitments more seriously. Many followers of this channel have started by creating a Stoic checklist, ticking off a few key actions every day. Did I breathe deeply for 3 minutes? Did I write down one thing I'm grateful for? Did I face one fear today? Did I plan and commit to one action? You don't need to do too much, but you need to do it consistently. When you plan and hold yourself accountable, you're not just taking control of your day, you're training your mind to be clear, steady, and committed. Because in the end, you won't live by inspiration, you'll live by the system you build. You can't always predict tomorrow, but you can prepare for it. You don't need to change the world overnight. Just start by writing down what you'll do and make sure you actually do it. Confidence doesn't come from believing you're strong. It comes from keeping your word to yourself day after day. And now that you've learned how to heal, grow, and plan with responsibility, there's one final piece: reflect and adapt. No plan is perfect without review. No progress is real without adjustment. So before you go to bed tonight, ask yourself, did I live in alignment with my values? What do I need to improve? What am I most proud of today? Step 5 is your nightly ritual, a ritual of reflection to end your day with intention and meaning. Don't skip it. In the next part, you'll learn how to reflect, adapt, and evolve. And you'll understand why sometimes the quietest moment before sleep is when your mind becomes the clearest. Number 5. Reflect and adapt at the end of the day. Ending the day shouldn't just mean turning off the lights and collapsing into bed. For someone living by the Stoic mindset, it's a sacred moment to reflect, evaluate, learn, and mentally prepare for a better day ahead. If the morning is when you launch yourself into the world with strong intention, then the evening is when you return to yourself, to understand more deeply what's truly going on inside. It's not passive repetition, but an act of self-renewal, not for self-gain, but for growth. Oh! Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, did this every night in meditations. He often wrote short notes to himself asking, "What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve next time?" His journaling was never elaborate. It was simple, direct, and brutally honest. That honesty with himself is what helped make him a great leader, because he understood himself before expecting anyone else to change. And so can you. Every night is an opportunity to practice what Marcus Aurelius once wrote. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Gratitude is so powerful, because you can't be grateful and angry at the same time. You can't feel thankful and fearful at once. When gratitude rises, everything else steps aside. Gratitude is the gateway to peace, the light that melts away shadows of shame, fear, or envy. And only when you feel you already have enough are you truly ready to dream of more. You're still sitting after 3 minutes of breathing. Now gently bring your mind to the recent past. The first image comes up. Yesterday, a colleague helped you finish a tough task right on time, and you silently thank them, knowing not everyone would do that. Next, you recall a simple dinner with your parents, the way their eyes softened when they saw you eating well. An ordinary moment, yet complete. Finally, you remember standing under the late afternoon sun just after finishing your workout. You felt stronger, lighter, and proud of your own consistency. 3 images, 3 emotions, 3 moments. Your heart softened, and suddenly you realize, when your heart is full of gratitude, there's no room for heaviness or resentment. Lastly, 3 goals to visualize. Plant the seeds of action in the mind. After calming the body and opening the heart, you now have a solid foundation to move into the 3rd step. Visualization, not wishful thinking, but a Stoic's practice of strategic